Hello everyone, I am Psycho Content, and there's two things I love in this world. One being Godzilla, and the other, creepypasta. I know, breaking news, I know. I have listened to a lot of creepypasta, ranging from Sonic.exe all the way to No End House. And I've also seen every Godzilla movie that you could possibly see, except for a lot of the Showa films and Versus Biollante. But I hear the voices of very angry gods saying, anyway, that's my topic today, combining both worlds with the Godzilla NES Creepypasta. And let's get to it.
Godzilla and Rhodey. Godzilla and Rhodey. Godzilla and Rhodey. That everybody's dead.
Reading the story again was such a weird experience. This was the first creepypasta I have ever read, and to be completely honest, it wasn't too bad. It was well written for a video game creepypasta. There is no saying of the hyper-realistic ketchup sauce that comes from your sweet, delicate veins. What was I talking about? And the character doesn't really rule out that the game probably could be a hacked ROM at first. The character that we follow in the story goes on to play the game, and he experiences some weird things. There's characters that have never been in the game before and never have been in the game before, not even in development. And there's some very, impossible characters that have not even been conceived of until, years later. For instance, Orga from Godzilla 2000, he was not created until the production of that movie, which was several years after this game was made. Now, the story is very well written. It's one of the best written creepypastas I've ever read. But there's still some cliches that are so damn annoying and stupid. What the hell do you think you're doing? Just talking about some stupid shit I hate about the story.
You do know you are currently in a realm where things like that exist?
I've made fun of Clockwork. I don't see any maniacs running in here with one eye trying to kill me.
Just take my fucking word for it.
Okay. Anyway, the big thing I do not like about the story is the mention of things that the NES couldn't even possibly do working on an NES. I get it. It's supposed to be like a ghost in the machine, like there's something possessing this cartridge and making it do all these weird things. But I seriously doubt that a ghost, like an incorporeal being, like something that only can manifest in a certain way, can make a video game from the 1980s have stuff like near 1998. Like, you can't just put a Nintendo 64 ROM on a NES board and then plug it into your NES and it's going to work. That's not how these things work. And there's some character designs I am just not a huge fan of, mainly Red. I know a lot of people love Red and his design in the story. It's just, what the fuck is he supposed to be? I get it. Okay, I get it. Demon thing. Alright. But it just, there's no, I don't like it. I just plainly do not like it. It's so ugly to me, not even in a creepy way. It's the most fuggliest thing I ever. Did anyone else see that? And there's another thing. The story's not even scary. No, don't get me wrong. It's still a beautifully crafted story. But for a creepypasta, I'm expected to be creeped out, not cry, per se. Again, I'm not saying that creepypastas can only be scary, but I don't know. I just don't get the sense what I get with, the No End House series. Those are very, well-crafted creepypastas, and they're pretty damn scary. But the story's still very good, so I'm urging you to go to Mr. Creepypasta's channel and look up his playlist on the thing. It's still a well-crafted story that I love. That was my thoughts on the Godzilla Creepypasta. And yeah, the story was pretty good, but I still cannot get over, like, the stuff that I hate about the story. Like Red, like... Whoever made that design and thought like, oh yeah, that's scary, I want to laugh in their face. That design is so fucking